Hello, hello, beautiful person watching this. I am so happy that you're here. Welcome back to another Slay the Spire Ascension 20 Ironclad run. This one felt pretty cool to win, wasn't super free or anything, and pretty pleased with this win. Hope you enjoy. Having a look at the start here, there's a excellent 250 gold start, but no early shop. But on the left side, hard left, there is the campfire into elite into campfire. And so hopefully that'll be good enough to get us through until the shop, and then settle in. And played Strike over Bash, because next turn we're drawing a curse, and then possibly not that many attacks. Strike does 12, Bash does 8. Sometimes it's correct to not play the Bash. And then this is a bit tough. Hope to draw a triple strike next turn and have lethal or Bash strike. We got there. And have to take Perfected Strike here. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. We have 3 combats to find enough damage to get through the elite. Possible Gremlin Knob, of course, or Lagavulin even. And definitely really need the damage desperately here, so. Perfected Strike is pretty bad, but you have to take it on floor 1 if you are presented no other damage. And you're committing yourself to a path with an early elite. Flame Barrier is a great block card, and upgrade 2 cards is a little bit sus here, but we could, even if we get like 2 strikes, it would be good enough to just rest then. And really good hits, Perfected Strike, Flame Barrier, the only cards we've added to our deck get upgraded there. So of course, very happy about that. Get a lice fight, but down to 24 health already is not very comfortable. Up to 30, we get a strength pot, and considered combust here. Take an upgrade combust, but I don't love combust, and we're already a little bit low here. Iron Wave is here. Iron Wave is another solid attack. If you upgrade it, 7 block, 7 damage, like mini dash. Really quite solid when it's upgraded. Take the Iron Wave, upgrade the Iron Wave. We do get a knob. Very happy to have the strength pot, of course. Fire pot could have been even better, but it won't matter as long as it dies on turn 3. And we get a Smiling Mask. Also, we found Matryoshka somehow. Which will give us 2 relics in our next 2 chests. And Smiling Mask will reduce the cost of card remove in shops to 50 gold, always. And then we get our Matryoshka proc, find Auric Alchem, which will give us 6 block at the end of our turn if we have no block, and Omamori, which will prevent the next 2 curses that we receive. So Auric Alchem actually really nice to find going into this fight. Love to have that guaranteed 6 block against taking a maximum of 10 damage once you kill one of the sentries. So, not going to complain about that one bit. Omamori could be useful, although we have to find the events that give curses. So we got plenty of scaling relics here. Omamori, Smiling Mask, and Matryoshka are all happening later. Of course. Patiently awaiting the sentry's fight to end. Remembering to use Auric Alchem. Very proud of myself. We get a Pantograph, which will heal us for 25 health when we enter a boss room. And we're going against Guardian, so Fire Breathing's not very good here. Limit Break is not doing anything at all. Until we found Spot Weakness in the next shop, of course. No way to know that, though. We'll take the Spot Weakness. That's really good scaling, especially against the Guardian here. And Paper Frog is here, which we just took a Thunderclap, increasing the damage vulnerable enemies take. And remove a strike. We've made it through the elite. I'm no longer caring about this Perfected Strike very much. It's okay to remove strikes, of course. And we get a Transform event as well. Transform and strike into a True Grit. And we get another shop. Smiling Mask will let us remove another card here. So, Perfected Strike. Stock is plummeting. Could play True Grit Strike, but I already have Orc Alchemy. It's only one more, so might as well play Perfected Strike. Get out this turn. Seems reasonable. And Shrug seems fine, but Pummel with the Strength seems pretty good. He's a little bit more juice. Pummel's also weirdly... The fact that it hits several times has some utility in Act 2. Breaks one of the birds by itself, and like against what is the one? Avocado. Well, it's plated armor. You can hit 4 times. Stuff like this. Weirdly helpful. And a small mistake there. I should have played Iron Wave. I thought I was going to do 9 with a strike, but it was actually 10 because of Paper Frog. Oops. Now we really want our spot weakness to be lining up here. That would be great. Oof. Spot weakness yet again not cooperating. Guardian is hitting you a lot of the time, so it's kind of unfortunate. Decided to take some damage to bash. I should have played... No. I should have not played Defend, right? Because of Orc Alchemy. Took 1 extra. And can't play Spot Weakness here because we're going to die, probably. So just play Iron Wave. We already have enough strength now. Hope to get out next turn. Powder Paper Frog should be fine, I think. And we've done it. And Reaper is here with our spot weakness. Seems pretty good. And 4 are all energy relics here. Would love some help in the hallway fights as well, so I'm a little bit less interested in Slayer's Collar, although it may have just been the obvious correct pick here. But I choose Sozu. I don't really care about potions in this particular run for some reason. Hard to explain. Sometimes potions are really important, and sometimes not. We already passed Toy Ornithopter, I believe. Yep, now we can no longer receive potions, but we will gain 1 extra energy in every fight. Act 2 hallway fights are just so brutal. That Slayer's Collar. Like, if you're seeing it at the end of Act 2, Slayer's Collar is just free, like, give me that. But 3 energy against Act 2 hallways is so brutal. And by the way, Nightmare Pattern against Chosen here, vulnerable into 31 on turn 3. You hate to see that. Gonna make it through. Fire Pot is good, except we can't get them. And Hemokinesis Plus is offered, which is a lot of damage, so I'll be taking that, even though it doesn't particularly scale well with strength. And upgrade all strikes defends, upgrade all my defends, and then gonna be able to remove our strikes pretty comfortably with the Smiling Mask. Seems reasonable. And Disarm is on sale, so I get to buy that as well. It's gonna be time to remove Perfected Strike from the deck soon, probably, because we're gonna be out of strikes. Here I could play Reaper or Flame Barrier, they're kind of the same thing. They both heal me for 16, except I may be able to play Reaper later when they're not hitting me at all, and therefore heal more. But sadly it is running away already. It could have hit us for 14 there. Very sad. Would have had a whole free turn here, and then possibly draw Reaper and or kill it, which that's a huge bummer that got away there. Got mugged. ... Trash cards here. Clothesline is like possibly a thing because of weaken. It doesn't seem quite what we want to be doing here, that's for sure. The bird has arrived with the chosen. Flame barrier is good, so I'm going to choose not to pummel the bird and break it because flame barrier will do a lot of damage. Multi-hit. Orc still cooking. Love to see that. I really want to kill the chosen, so no Reaper, sadly. Just get out. And Dark Embrace has arrived. It's a little bit early, perhaps, but gonna take that and hope to get away with it. And I'm kind of considering taking Metal Lead, but that's absolutely insane. I decided to rest because I'm feeling pretty scared. Even though we have Reaper, it's like not really working out right now, the whole Reaper thing. It's very foreboding. Very good damage there. I'm frailed, unfortunately, so it makes it a little bit awkward. Going to be taking 1 damage here or not playing Dark Embrace. That's fine. And still Reaper is in there, so can damage it a bit here, and then next turn hopefully play the Reaper. And Second Wind is here. Now we have Dark Embrace, so Second Wind seems a lot better. And setting up for the end game here. Book of Stabbing is kind of in peril here. We have Disarm and 2 copies of Flame Barrier. So we should be well positioned in this fight. It's very neat how this game kind of comes together like that. It's like some cards are just solid and then they excel in particular situations, like Disarm. But Flame Barrier is what I'm more talking about. I think Disarm is actually generally like mid, but in the fights it's good in, it's insane, like the Heart and this fight and whatever. All of the Time Eater and Woke Bird as well really hate getting disarmed. So can get it low here and then it will die to Flame Barrier. Really good fight. A Flame Barrier as well, like just a solid block card, but then any multi-hit fight really hates getting Flame Barrier. And take a Heavy Blade. We do have the spot weakness, so that should be quite a lot of damage, and even gonna upgrade it. And found a lot of relics here. Centennial Puzzle will draw us 3 cards on the first time we take damage in a fight. Regal Pillow will heal us for more when we rest, and Gremlin Horn will draw us a card and give us energy every time the enemy dies, which is pretty good, especially walking into the Slaver's fight. Gotta kill the right guy, of course, don't want to get entangled here. And now I have energy to bash. Take 1. This Reaper is still in there, and we have 4 strength, so that should be pretty good. And Orc Alchemists still are here, but we don't even need it. We can just defend plus with the Gremlin Horn again. So this fight went pretty well. Reaper arrived at the correct time. And get a Strawberry for 7 max health. And Battle Trance is here as well. Battle Trance is a solid card. Does have a little bit of... it's a bit of a non-bow with Dark Embrace, because if you already have Dark Embrace to play, you usually want Battle Trance and then keep drawing more cards with exhausting cards, but turns off your draw for the turn, so you can't. But just to help you find the cards in the first place, Battle Trance is quite good. And then you can always exhaust it later on with something like Second Wind. Pretty good cultists fight here. went swimmingly, I would say. And Shockwave is exactly what we wanted. Nice, girthy, vulnerable applier, and it even applies Weaken for our Reaper and whatnot. And get to card move again. Looks like I'm going for Perfected Strike this time instead of my last upgraded Strike. 1 energy instead of 2 is just what I'm all about right now, I suppose. It's pretty much the same thing now. They're both just bad attacks. And Metallicize is on sale. I'm definitely going on a shopping spree this run. And with Auric Outcome, it's actually blocking for 9 if we have Metallicize in play, which is a pretty cute little synergy. And very spooky Strength, Book of Stabbing. That is absolutely terrifying, to say the least. Probably meant to play Pummel here. I block instead. This is actually, I'm going to call that the biggest mistake of the run so far, probably. Like, you treat this fight kind of like Gremlin Knob. Like, get out as fast as possible and just take the L's on the damage. The fact that it's still at 151 health right now is a disaster. It should be fine. Obviously, we're watching a hard kill. I can gain more strength and play strike instead. And yeah, the fact that it gives you a break every 3 turns is huge. Very important for the balance of the fight. And Reaper is still in there. I can chill and heal for more than 14, which is what I'm taking. Not too bad. And we get a Preserved Insect, which will reduce the health of all enemies in elite rooms by 25%. That is a great relic, although we found it a little bit late. After all the Act 2 elites are dead is not when you want to be finding a relic that helps you against elites. I think Act 2 is pretty comfortably the hardest part of the game in most runs. And we get the Champ! No Demon Form, but we have Demon Form at home by playing Spot Weakness repeatedly. So just have to stall a bit here until we have probably like 12 strength, and then we can kill it. Very sad it's not hitting us on the Spot Weakness turn. Have a free shot weakling. I considered playing Pummel just to draw a card, but I'm trying to save it for when we have strength to deal damage with it. Seems reasonable. Flameberry before reshuffling, just in case we find it again. And seems I'm okay with getting rid of these cards, trying to draw faster towards our good cards again. Getting rid of the defense is a little bit spooky, but still have the flame barriers around, so it should be fine. And there we are again. Good amount of strength now. Time to rip it. There's a Reaper and Heavy Blade, so should be plenty of damage going into our next turn here. It doesn't even have any Metallicize either. Very aggressive champ today. So it is dead, and we're almost at full health. Very good. And a Demon Form is here. We might find a 5th energy or a Snecko Eye. So Demon Form, pretty comfortable to put in play here. And goes well with the Reaper plan and the Heavy Blade plan. So always fun clicking on Demon Form. And it is true, 3 more energy relics. Is that 6 energy relics that we've seen here? So I almost went Coffee Dripper, which is probably free here, but then we find Cursed Key, and we have Omamori. Curse key will give us a curse whenever we open a chest, which we have to do at least once because we don't have the blue key yet for the heart. But we have Omori, which will prevent the curses, and so therefore it's free, in theory. We could find something like Mind Bloom with the 909 gold, 2 doubts, or 2 normalities, rather. And that's, you know, we'd probably click that and then have to take a curse from the chest, but could always just opt instead to take the boss fight and use the curse Omamori on the chest instead. Should have played Strike there over Defend, that was obviously a mistake. Spot weakness at the bottom. Could have played Pummel. Not sure what that was about. But got out, full health anyway. Trash cards! And we get the Sensory Stone. Always excited. There's Flash of Steel. There's Flash of Steel again. And 2 Flash of Steel actually means you can go infinite, in theory. If you exhaust your entire deck, except for 2 Flash Steel, then you can just keep playing the Flash Steels over and over. So usually it would require something like Dropkick Dual Wield to go infinite as Ironclad, or just 2 Dropkicks. But we happen to find those right away. It's not going to be our main game plan or anything to go infinite, but having the ability to do so in theory is pretty helpful. Because we do have Second Wind and True Grit to exhaust cards. And the problem with trying to go infinite is if you don't have something like Rage, then you're going to die to the heart if you try to do that. So we are currently not committing to that or anything. I should have played Metallicize, actually. Would have gained 9 block because of Orichalcum instead of 6 or 8 block. Didn't even notice that at the time. Hoping to find Reaper. Found it. Full health again. And Power Through, but another Second Wind. Both quite good here, but gotta take Power Through, of course, with the Second Wind, Dark Embrace stuff going on. Very good block card. Get a quick kill on that one. Hoping to kill the one on the right next turn. Whiffed. Take 2. Huge heavy blade shockwave stuff going on. And Pummel Strike Plus is off. Pummel Strike Plus drawing 2 cards is really quite good, especially with 5 energy. And I was thinking, like, you know, we want to get to the point where we're kind of like doing the Power Through Second One thing over and over repeatedly, and having another attack can make it harder to do so. We only have True Grit unupgraded to exhaust attacks, which is very awkward. So I still take it, but worth noting, any attack you add can make your life a little bit more complicated. Can't buy potions, of course. We have Sozu. Upgrade, and I actually upgrade True Grit here, of all cards. Demon Form looks so juicy, and Disarm. But True Grit, being able to target the card we want, is really important. Because we want to play the True Grit probably before playing the Second Wind, in order to avoid exhausting the True Grit with the Second Wind, but then we might accidentally hit the Second Wind with the True Grit if we don't upgrade it, so it's like very, very awkward if it's not upgraded. So first, and play more cards before playing more attacks. Not the best opener here, it's gotta be said. I'm still keeping the True Grit, which is a little bit questionable, has to be said. Not so important against this enemy, probably. But it is nice to have, essentially, draw a card and block for 9. And there we go. It is dead, thanks to Demon Form. Another second wind is presented. It could have been right to click this. This is what I'm really not sure about. But we also found a question card, which will give us 4 choices instead of 3 in future card awards. A little bit late, unfortunately. But yeah, second win could be fine, especially with power through in the deck, but it seems a bit weird, so I passed, I believe. And I do take the spicy event here. There is a need to be greedy after all. Looking for second wind here for sure. Found it. Doing as much damage as possible realistically while also playing Power the Second Wind. Need that Shockwave, please. And I misclicked here. I meant to play Spot Weakness first. There. A He mode. So that could have been a much better turn, possibly. I don't know how it would have mapped out if I didn't do that. But that's okay. Didn't take too much damage. We find a Pocket Watch, which will draw us 3 cards on the next turn if on any given turn we choose to play 3 or less cards. And we get our blue key. And so Pocket Watch, despite having 5 energy and it being this late in the run, it's still going to be useful. Absolutely amazing relic, of course. I should actually have just ended my turn here, but the thing is I know that I'm rocking the Centennial puzzle, so I'm already at 8 cards. But Pocket Watch will still draw 2 then. And I'm seeing if I have lethal somehow on Repto. That would be crazy. No second wind, unfortunately. And the fact that I'm so desperate for second wind, like in almost every turn, suggests I probably should have taken the second one. Definitely, you know, definitely a possibility that I made a mistake by not taking it. I tend to think that most of the things I do right are the over-the-board stuff, what cards I click on. But that doesn't mean I never pick the wrong thing or anything. And I can pass here, I keep Pocket Watch. Pocket Watch draws Heavy Blade. Pummel Strike would have drawn it anyway, of course, but just worth pointing out. And we get a Captain's Wheel, which will give us 18 block on turn 3. That's a fine relic. And Feel No Pain and Burning Pact are both here, which are really, really desirable cards. Burning Pact helps us target attacks and get rid of them as well. Like, the Infinite would have happened a lot faster if we took that, but Feel No Pain is just simply too much block to ignore. Of course, Feel No Pain is kind of the card you're looking for in every Ironclad run. Along with Dark Embrace. Those 2 cards are insane. Apotheosis is here, but it's not doing a whole lot for us. Exhume is here. And Exhume can get back Reaper, or Disarm, or Shockwave. Very, very strong. Iron Wave, just getting rid of all the attacks that aren't Heavy Blade and the good stuff. The Smiling Mask has been insane. I removed like 5 cards at this point already. Maybe more. And take exactly 1 damage for Pocket Watch. Draw 10 cards this turn. I meant to say for Puzzle. Take 1 damage for Puzzle, play exactly 3 cards for Pocket Watch. Draw 10 cards. And oof, I knew that was going to happen. Or I knew it could happen. So I shouldn't have done that. Not playing Demon Form against Giant Head is kind of a bummer. Try to put Dark Embrace in play. It's not hitting us on Spot Weakness turn. Ouch, 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 ouch. And Pummel Strike could draw Demon Form again, which would be a bummer, but go for it anyway. Gotta do some damage. Could have considered keeping a Pocket Watch there, not playing whatever I just played. It's a little bit awkward with 5 energy, but it is correct sometimes for sure. Weakness, Second Wind. Also a Zoom for something. I get a Second Wind pass as well. Yeah, the answer was Second Wind pass for sure. I broke Pocket Watch to play Flame Barrier, which was not particularly useful there. I think I thought this was lethal, but it was not. But actually, no, I was just doing damage and getting it kind of low for Reaper purposes. I could just pass, but that's a little bit too much damage probably. And Reaper's always getting drawn next turn. So this fight looks ugly, but it's actually fine. Do the Heavy Blade. Play the Reaper. Full health. It's fine. And another Feel No Pain upgraded is presented. Taking that. Poor Bludgeon, man. Never stood a chance. Yeah, by the way, for any huge noobs out there, in case you're watching, just because a card is rare doesn't mean it's good. That's, I know there's some... I remember being new and it's like, ooh, maybe this card is better than I think it is because it's nice and yellow and shiny. Some of the worst cards in this game are rare, that's for sure. Looking at Berserk, for example. Love to play the Demon Form. Not happening here though. Spot Weakness is good enough. It's nice to have both as an option. You can either play the Demon Form in a really slow fight or just get a little bit with Spot Weakness and call it a day. And I know it would die to the Flame Barrier, so I was comfortable passing there. No need to even care about Reaper here because we're already full health. Good fight. Second Dark Embrace, also upgraded, is offered, and that might be a bit much, but the thing is, you just want to find it earlier in the fight, and then you can exhaust the second one if it's too slow. And get to falling on a Hemokinesis, so another card remove, essentially. Hemokinesis is actually pretty good, and it triggers Centennial Puzzle, but whatever. And we found an Ancient T-Stat, by the way, that's why we had 7 energy there instead of 5. Gives us 2 energy after visiting a rest site on the first turn. This shouldn't be too bad. Found power through, that's really good. Already play a Dark Embrace, I'm gonna exhaust second one, like I said. Having Dark Embrace twice can be good, but that one not upgraded is too slow in that situation. Even with 5 energy. Kinda crazy. Dark Embrace sure does demand an upgrade. And using Pocket Watch diligently here. Playing the 3 cards and passing. Eventually exhausting our whole deck. Looks like we're going infinite here. Very exciting. Considering I put Demon Form in play, which arguably is wrong. Now I'm like, now what do I do? I will be blocking for a lot here because we have 2 Field of Pains in play and a Daze in our hand. So we can just defend and then only take like 5 or whatever. Oh no, even less. Metallicize in play as well. Wow, I did do math right. 5 minus 3 is 2. Alright, second one again. Kruger on bash. Second one's back. Do it again. Going well. Would have loved like a headbutt here, actually. Weirdly enough. And we've done it. So gonna go ahead and skip ahead in this one so you don't have to watch this. Be right back. And we're back. It is dead. Into the next fight here. It is Woke Bird, of course. Always Woke Bird. Always has been. Always will be. Play 3 cards for Pocket Watch. And it's tough. Like, do we need to play Demon Form here? Do we go infinite again? Questions. Gonna kill that guy outright. Drew Pummel Strike, which is pretty good, but we need to play a card first. Hoping for second wind again. Shockwave's a nice consolation prize, though. Would have loved to play a Field of Pain, but that's okay. Getting a multi-hit here on the Captain's Wheel turn. Excellent use of Captain's Wheel. Love that guy. Disarm is good. Might even exhume it later, perhaps. And probably going to be exhausting a lot of these powers in order to avoid giving the Woke Bird some strength. We don't want to be ruined by Woke today. Gonna be drawing more cards here to try to exhaust a lot of cards. Second one. Already played through 4 cards, so I can keep going. Considering, do I want to do more damage or do I want to reapply vulnerable? But that is a lot of strength, or a lot of damage from Heavy Blade there. And is doing a lot of damage again. Consider going Exhume, Disarm. Probably should, yeah, second wind here. But Power Through is really good. Getting rid of True Grit is a little bit awkward because that's how we get rid of attacks, but I think we're already good on that front, in theory. I should have just gone Heavy Blade and not done Power the second one there, for Pocket Watch reasons. We do happen to have both of them in the draw pile now, which is good. But I could have done that better. And I want to get rid of Battle Trance now. It's time. And I can go Pummel Strike, Flash Steel, Pummel Strike, and then we're infinite. What's the gonna be right back? And we're back. Goodbye, Woke Bird. 2062, that's a year coming up soon. You load yet? People in 2062. 2025 was 37 years ago. And we get another on-sale power here to line up with our Smiling Mask. Kind of crazy. But what to even remove? All of our good attacks, all of our attacks are good, rather. Bash and Thunderclap come to mind here, but The problem with this is we want to be able to apply vulnerable more. And so after the first shockwave, it's going to gain to 2 artifact charges on turn 4, and that could be a bit awkward. But I think it's still bash. It took me a while to arrive at this conclusion, though. I do buy the 3rd Feel No Pain. Sure. Feel No Pain is a really good card. And then got to decide on removing a card here. I do remove the bash after all. Decided to break Pocket Watch here to gain a little bit more block. Actually, probably wrong because of Pantograph. No need to worry about that damage, I would say. But it didn't matter, we found second wind here. And we get to keep a Pocket Watch again. No second wind, unfortunately. And yeah, that's that second wind from earlier, man. That we didn't take. The second wind could have been really quite good here. It just often feels a bit awkward. I have had double second wind in my deck, and sometimes it feels weird, sometimes it feels great. We turn around. Pretty bad turn, all things considered. Got some powers in play, though. Gonna go Battle Trance, Shockwave. And definitely consideration of do I play this Feel No Pain or not. But I already committed to playing Shockwave without it. It's probably Disarm Heavy Blade, just to make sure this thing actually dies soon. But it could have been Feel No Pain Defend. But yeah, again, Pantograph makes it not much of a problem to take some damage. Found second wind here, really good. Wow. That's pretty lucky. And we get to keep a Pocket Watch again. So, pretty strong turn here. Get to gain some strength. Heavy Blade's doing a lot of damage because of the PHROGS stuff. And we got and Mercury Hourglass will deal 3 damage to all enemies at the start of each turn. Pretty useless against the heart, unfortunately. More of an Act 1, Act 2 destroyer kind of relic. And Demon Form on turn 1 is huge. Just getting it out of the way on the turn where I'm not getting hit is excellent. Get to keep a Pocket Watch. And get the Disarm here. Flame Barrier, Feel No Pain, Dark Embrace, Disarm. So excellent turns so far. Couldn't ask for a better draw order here. This turn's a little bit unfortunate, but it happens. Get the still Spot Weakness on the right turn. Do a lot of damage. And then we get to Reaper back our health. Might even go Slime first. Slime, Feel No Pain, Reaper. Seems good. Keep a Pocket Watch again. And here we go. There's a chance it was meant to get rid of the third Feel No Pain there with the second one. Definitely a chance. And play the Heavy Blade. Could have considered playing Thunderclap instead and do a lot less damage in order to get rid of an artifact charge, but it seems crazy to not Heavy Blade there. And now we can't get through these artifact charges, so disarm not playable, unfortunately, from Exhume. But that's okay, we're still alive, so just gonna big chillin' here. And still Exhume just for the block, but looks like I'm just blocking the old-fashioned way, doing a lot of damage. And Flame Barrier is gonna do so much damage on the backswing here. And all we have to do is kill 69 damage, nice, over the next 2 turns. And we should be out of here. And we've done it. 4703, we made it through. Pretty good run, pretty happy with how I played overall in general. Definitely a little, some misclicks, some misplays here and there, of course, as to be expected in any sub-hour Ascension 20 win. But definitely feel like I played pretty well. And we got the right card. 700 gold saved from Smiling Mask. That is so many card moves. What a relic. So yeah, we got to kind of own our deck very nicely by removing all the cards thanks to Smiling Mask. And ended up being pretty good. And it really can't be understated how good the draw order was against the Heart there. Perfect, pretty much. So yeah, I would say pleased with that one. Hope you enjoyed it as well. If you're still here, how have you not subbed? How have you not liked the video? Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And as always, have a beautiful day.